Danny Boy said what? So Danny Boy said he returns to LA maybe like after 4 or 5 years of being gone from LA. This is Danny Boy post Danny Boy's music career.
Sure.
Right. So he says he goes to a barbershop where I guess the celebrity black life hangs out.
Okay.
Right. So he's in the barbershop and they just praising him like, man, you look really good, man. Damn, you look good for what you've been through. Danny Boy is assuming it's I ain't been here, I got a job.
I fell off a little bit.
Accepts the praise, like, thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Still chilling, talking shit. He said, man, we finna roll some weed. You cool with that? He said, yeah, nigga, I'm cool. Matter of fact, you roll up, I'm gonna smoke. They said, whoa, you gonna smoke? Right?
After all you been through?
After all you been through, you gonna smoke. I ain't never seen anybody look as good as you and can smoke weed. So Danny Boy was like, wait. What I been through? Right. So he was like, man, I heard you was like strung out on crack, homeless, living in the streets in Chicago. I heard it's real fucked up for you. They said that you got kicked out the music, your career, because you was, homosexual and you got found out.
Whoa.
And he said, word?
This is mad bold.
He said, who told you that? He said, Ray J. He said, so in that moment, I figured, fuck it. I'm going to come out because he really is a homosexual.
Okay.
So he said, yeah, we was doing all kind of wild shit.
Whoa. So Danny Boy just
and then Ray J gets addressed with this conversation.
Uh-huh.
And Ray J was like, he said that? He's publicly out now?
Right. Y'all are publicly out now.
So they said, the next question was.
They found us. They got us. Come on now.
They got us. Come out, y'all. They got us. So they asked Ray J, they said, so are you a homosexual? He said, it's not homosexual, it's like rock star. I said,
so rock star is a new sexual orientation.
Hey man, shit, I don't know what the fuck it is. But the man didn't answer the question. He's just a rock star.
I gotta ask Nickelback what it means to be a rock star. That's your man's though. That is your man's. You famously sat here on Harvard
Most influential character in the last 20 years.
And told everybody that he was the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. of his generation.
That's not what I said.
Yes, you did.
I said he's more influential than Dr. Martin Luther King.
You said he was the Dr. King of his generation.
I didn't say he was Dr. King. I said he was more influential.
These are our shows. We have them somewhere, like Peak and Find them.
Put it up, nigga. Run the tape.
Okay. Anyhow, that's your man's. I didn't even know the Danny Boy story. What I was finna talk about with him was he was on Cam Newton's show.
I saw some of it. I couldn't take it.
Yeah, apparently Ray J can.
From Danny Boy,
From Danny Boy, apparently. Cam asked him about, remember like a while back, Ray J had said he wanted to take a shower with Casanat and one of the other influencers dudes. Shout out to him, but it was Casanat and one of his guys, right?
More rock star.
He's like, I want to take a shower with y'all. Apparently I don't know what he was talking about, but he was like, they took a shower streaming or something. I was like, oh, okay. So he hit them up, like literally hit them up, like, yo, I want to take a shower with y'all too. And they like, what? You bugging. So Cam asked him about this, Cam Newton. And Ray J like, I mean, what? I just told him I want to take a shower with them. I don't get it. So Cam say, what's your sexual orientation? This nigga,
I like Cam either, G. Cam is irritating as fuck.
This nigga Ray J say, hey, I'm cool with the gagency.
I was finna say that. He did create a new word, G. I put that in the lexicon already. Gagency is fucking hilarious. I don't care what nobody
There you go trying to spread his movement again.
I'm doing it. I support it. He cold, G. He the king. Gagency is funny.
He said, matter of fact, I got the gagency with me. He called out two people that's apparently members.
In the gagency.
He's a wild dude. That's your man. He's disowned.
Gagency is funny though, cause I don't care what nobody say.
It is. He's disowned himself as a brother of Brandy.
Hey, I saw that.
He's like, I don't think she said. I'm just saying that.
But we laughing and joking. I don't know how much you watched.
Something's wrong with Buddy.
I don't know how much you watched, but I watched probably a little bit more than you.
Yeah, just clips. I ain't gonna hold it. I ain't seen the
So
episode.
it's funny. But in the duration of that interview, though, man, he started breaking down his business structure and how he makes money and where he makes money and how he's able to leverage or move through the lexicon of that industry without the strangleholds of any of those larger parent companies.
Sure.
And the way he was breaking that shit down was genius. And then you get to thinking about the wild shit he says, the agency, I want to take a shower with you. It's all clickbait shit to get him more and more press. Now, I ain't saying he ain't none of those things. I don't know, right? But when you start breaking down the business of how he moves,
Sure.
that boy, he ain't no dummy, right? But it's the conversation we always have. Like, in a lot of ways, man, capitalism kind of forces you to relinquish morality in the first place. So when he gets on TV and says, hey, it's the agency, it seems so extreme, or I want to take a shower, it seems so extreme. But if your goal is staying relevant, getting capital, and you don't have a parent company, think about this shit. When you hear the top 25 or the top 50 podcasts or digital media platforms, Joe Buttons is not on there. But he's making more money than everybody, right? But he's not owned by nobody either. It's a very interesting dichotomy that plays out.
The independent flow is definitely different.
It's different.
I mean? It's wild. You seen in different industries. You seen Dolph do his thing. You seen like Gotti kind of come up through that, but he was backed by a major. It's a different way to go about it. It's less people with their hands in the pot, less instructions, less collaboration, and less divvying up of the return. So I get it, man. Certainly, anytime Ray J gonna be on a podcast or whatever, is gonna do numbers. I don't know what his fee is or who pays him or who might just have him on or whatever, but it's like he's definitely a lightning rod for conversation.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to your man.
He is. The GOAT. He's influential, bro. Like, I don't fuck with him in that way, but you can't deny the fact. What record has Ray J dropped in the last umpteen years? Why is he relevant?
I don't know.
Zeus TV, like we talk about his relevance. Zeus TV is an offshoot of Ray J's brain.
I don't even know what Zeus TV is.
See what I mean? Zeus TV is the shit for Negroes in entertainment. I don't watch it, but it's really the only place where there's black programming.
Okay. Speaking of black programming, man, and welcome in to this edition of Herb and Two. We do appreciate y'all checking in, man. My name is Herb Howard. I sit alongside Toussaint Warner. We discuss issues that impact the black community. We need your help as we talk through these things. So please leave some comments. Please share with somebody that you think will add value to it or find value in it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set the alerts so you get alerts, reminders every time the page drops new content or goes live again. This is Herb and Two. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Again, my name is Herb. His name is Two. Two, before I get back into the black content conversation, what's happening, good brother?
I'm here, dog.
I've been worried about you, man.
It's been bad, bro.
I've been worried about you.
I got to rock out for the rest of August and maybe some of September with sunglasses, because the eyes, Chico, they tell it all.
You can see
what I'm saying?
it's the pathway to the soul.
It's the pathway to the soul. I got to have blinders on because you can see the pain.
So have you shared with the folks what's going on or what?
And I don't play it. No.
Okay, cool. All right.
Nah, man, my family moved down to Texas. So I'm adjusting. You know what I mean? So I had a drove down there last week, took them down, dropped them off. So every morning, I go get my coffee run and I cry.
Yeah.
And then I cry coming back and then I wipe my face off and I be strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a G.
Then I was leaving. I got to the airport. I was cooling. Then I said something to my son. I was like, I gotta go.
I'm late for my flight.
Oh, my flight's coming.
Sir, they need a tissue.
Nah, man, but it's for the best, man. It's some opportunities down there for my son that I think he needs to explore.
Yeah. No, I see
life for my daughter. Peaceful, quiet, slower.
I've seen, some stuff, and they're trying to get settled in and figure that out. I seen Banks' new school, which looks like Taj Mahal or
college.
something.
Yeah, it's huge.
Mm-hmm. That's Texas for you. I'm sure they got a football stadium, not like a football field, like an actual stadium that's probably like brick and probably seats 10,000, 15,000 people to watch Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, it's an adjustment, man. We rode, so they in Cypress, but we also rode down to Houston. Cypress is like, South Holland to Chicago, something 15 minutes outside of Houston or whatever. But we rode down to Texas Southern just to check it out, trying to get Eric to probably enrolled in the Texas Southern.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize Texas Southern's relationship to University of Houston. Like they legitimately like across the street from each other. So in context of black colleges, like Texas Southern is pretty big. It's really nice. It don't look like a black college campus. It just was real interesting. I didn't know that dynamic before going down there.
So it sounds, I don't know either, but it sounds similar to FAM in Florida State.
I ain't been down there, so I don't know.
I just know they down the street from each other,
Oh,
like
okay.
relatively speaking. They both in Tallahassee. Relatively, they down the street from each other.
Oh, okay.
I think that's true also of LSU and
No. Whatever.
like
I've been
Southern.
No, Southern's in Baton Rouge, and it's not.
So is LSU.
But it's not nowhere near as like that.
How
It's not,
fucking big is Baton Rouge?
It's big enough. My partners went to Southern, so I used to go down there all the time. It's not the same kind of relationship. It's like Chicago State and maybe UIC or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of deal.
Okay.
So, but this is like TSU, Houston University on this side of the street, on this side. It's like legitimately like that. Hence, I'm sure, I ain't got no facts on this, but I'm sure Texas Southern reaps the benefits of the endowment that HU would have. You know what I mean? So the community around it looks a certain kind of way, the kind of stores and, you know what I'm saying? Amenities that's in the neighborhood, they ain't giving that shit to no black college.
Swipe your HU badge to come in this store.
Yeah. But it's still the hood though. Don't get it fucked up. It's the hood, but it's still like you can see the. If you just went, you visited black colleges before, and I fuck with black colleges. Don't get it fucked up. I love them, but it's a different experience.
I saw like a documentary, some Baton Rouge, some street shit, and there was some dudes just talking about the relationship to the university and what that is and how heavily policed they are the closer they get to the campus. Like, hey, you niggas keep that shit over there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? We got a good thing going over here.
Gene went to Southern.
I know.
So did Corey.
Yeah, but so I don't know how close that is. I don't know the proximity of that to LSU, right? But while we talking about LSU,
and Nyla's going to LSU.
Y'all see, I know I'm not.
My baby's going there.
I'm very good at this. Don't worry about it. Y'all let's see here on our footrest / everything. Nyla is up there. We just got done with her trunk party. Shout out to E. The trunk party was beautiful. It was great over at Little Black Pearl. Nyla is loved. I'll just say that, man. Everybody was out and supporting, and all her aunties was there and doing everything from serving food to footworking, and everything in between. All her friends, her closest friends, was out from school, and it was just dope. It was just dope. So shout out to Nyla. Super proud of you. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Absolutely.
She's on her way down to LSU. Erica's doing okay right now. We'll see in a week or so.
I didn't even think about this part. What does E's life look like with Nyla's gone?
He has no fucking idea. I was talking about that. I was talking about that with Nyla's best friend Ryan. I was talking about that with his mom. I'm like, we don't. He thinks she's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be different over there.
He came back over and said, "You empty nester."
She gonna be coming in here every week with a new show topic.
She's gonna be in here.
See what I did there?
Young East African girl.
Young East African girl.
That's gonna be the name of her new pod. I'm looking forward to it though, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm proud of both of y'all. Just
absolutely, man.
For one, raising the kids, but then get them to the point where they are able to grow and expand. I saw Dr. P. Shout out to P. Friend of the show, good people. He was taking his babies down to Xavier, also in Louisiana.
We just visited Xavier too for Bella.
Yeah, so he was taking his babies down there, and he had a good caption that just said, "Man, I ain't no reason to cry. I am not letting them go. I'm letting them grow.
Letting them grow.
And that's a part of the process. It's necessary.
Fuck that. I'm crying. I'm still crying.
There's nothing wrong with crying. I'm just saying, it is about growth.
Real men cry in the dark, though. That's what I did.
Real Men Cry in the Dark. Shout out to Michael Baisden for that book.
Yeah, I cried in the dark.
Yeah, that was one of the first books. I wasn't one of the first books. I just thought I read it too early. I was like 10, reading that book. But anyway, shout out to all the people going off to college. 'Tis the season. Best of luck. Travel mercies to the family. Prayers to all the students. Go down there. Handle your business. Have a ton of fun. I ain't gonna never be the one to be like, hey, don't you be at them parties, because you're gonna go anyway, number one. But also, it's part of the experience. But absolutely be safe, man. Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't forget the shit you learned at home. Use your common sense. Don't be influenced by other motherfuckers. Be an individual thinker. Think critically for yourself in all situations. That's in the classroom. That's out the classroom. Just be smart about what you're doing, man. College can be a very, very great thing. It can also eat you up if you're not ready for it. So just, make good decisions.
And also, man, try new things, experience life, man.
That's
I
what
just
it's
read
about.
some data the other day that said this is the first time in history where recent college grads have had such a low employment rate.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start looking at the economy, and you start looking at Trump's politics, and I say Trump's because he's in office, but where America is going and where the economy of America is going, it's a real flaky, shaky kind of time. And I think sometimes we put these expectations on our children, and I don't even want to say society puts expectations on everybody.
Yeah.
But society in most instances are not very conscious of the larger remnants that control societies, right? So you take a kid and you send them to college, and it's the Xavier's, the LSU's, which are wonderful schools, and you have this expectation of what's going to happen when they get out of there. But if we pay attention to just America, I'm not sure how real that is.
It's tough, man.
We're going through a real change that's kind of going to require like creative thinking around survival. You know what I mean? Like capitalism itself is being challenged. It's going to be a very interesting time by the time Dr. P or Nyla, any of them kids kind of really get out of college.
It's an interesting time because it's kind of like in flux. Like we're in this transition phase and nobody knows where it's transitioning to, like precisely. You know what I mean? We can have ideas about where this thing is going and what it's kind of going to look like, but how do you get from one space to the other is kind of still up in the air. You kind of just got to see it. And I feel for these kids because these the same kids that went through fucking COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't had a normal, transition experience. They went from grammar school to high school in some bullshit. They going to high school and college in some bullshit. And it's like, man, as a society as a whole, and we brought this up recently. We used to talk about it all the time, but we brought it up recently. The mantra of the Maasai tribe, like, how are the children, bro? And as a society, if that's the litmus test, we failed, like, because we don't make decisions with them at the forefront of it, and that's shame on us. Shame on us.
Yeah, I agree that we failed, but I'm gonna go a step further. Like we don't make decisions, right? We've given up the responsibility of making decisions. You understand? So, i.e., society creates the narrative. You fall into the narrative. You don't create your own narrative. You know what I mean? In most instances, right? So the societal narrative is get a good job, make some money, take care of your family. Right? What the fuck happens when there is no good jobs to get? Right? How do you define yourself? How do you qualify value? And you said you feel for the kids. Well, I feel for those too, because in truth, you was reared in the same way. And how would you identify your own self? Right? What identity are you struggling with now that this career path doesn't exist? Or now that you made XYZ dollars and you're gonna lose that job, and your kid is accustomed to that life, and now you can't afford that, and it's a whole lot of shit at play that is really gonna get really, really interesting.
No, that's real, man. Let me go back to the weekend previous, man. Shout out to Jeezy, bro. Jeezy.
I was listening to Jeezy the other day, and I never listened to Jeezy.
You never listened to Jeezy?
Not like I just ain't.
Yeah, I've always been a big Jeezy fan, man. Going back to his first album, which was Thug Motivation 101. It's the 20-year anniversary of said album, dropped in 2005. So he's going on a tour to commemorate that album. He's got a full symphony orchestra with him, and it's a black tie affair. So he in the tux, and
I saw Whatchamacallit took a picture there.
Who?
The girl who did Eve's partner, who's the design girl, who came and talked to us, who said her favorite artist was Jay-Z. Tahiti.
Oh, yeah, Tahiti was there. Yeah. I didn't see her. I saw her pictures, though.
I like her, man. She's
Tahiti cool as fuck.
Yeah, she's super dope.
Shout out to Tahiti. A lot of people was there. The whole city came out. And you know how, like, I put on for the city the song? Because Ye is on it, it kind of got like it's kind of got a feel of Chicago. It's kind of like a Chicago anthem, even though it's Jeezy's song. You know what I mean? But Ye on it, and it's iconic. And so, Jeezy came through and put on for the city, man, in a way. A lot of people came out. Everybody was dressed up. Everybody was fly. You know, some people going, you know, buck the trend and not, you know, put that shit on. But I would say 95, 98% of people was dressed, and to be in tuxes and ball gowns rapping about bricks of cocaine was a fucking blast.
I fuck with it, man.
It was a blast, dog.
It's hip hop growing up.
Yeah, man. I got to do better about like taking pictures and shit. A lot of people like, yo, let me see your pictures. I was like, I ain't taking no fucking pictures. I'm not of me. Like, hey, stop taking this picture of me. Like, I'm just not that dude. I'll be too in the moment. I'm always where my feet are. Make sure you get a herd mug. Be where your feet are.
You know, I've been letting you live, but I've been checking the data. You know, I'm dog walking your ass.
That's
you know
cap.
that, right?
That is so much cap.
Okay.
That is cap.
Check the data. This one person did.
I will shout out
5 mugs by themselves.
I will shout out.
I would have preferred them to compliment it with your mug.
I will shout out all the people who did
Purchase both. My friends to be helping you. Yeah, they do that all the time.
That blessed the podcast Cash App because it was your birthday. So first of all, happy belated birthday to you. I don't know if we got a chance to get to that
Appreciate
on the last
that,
show. I think that might have been before.
Yeah, salute to everybody. I wish I could remember.
I got the list.
Name.
I will thank everybody because y'all deserve an individual. Yeah. Thank you. I did make sure I had the list.
Some people have addressed me in the streets telling me that they sent something, and I said thank you.
No, they did, man. I put up a post and I was like, yo, it's 2 birthday. He turned 49. Send him $4.90. And a lot of people responded. A lot of people sent the $4.90. A lot of people went above and beyond. Some people sent $49.
I saw it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man. We really do appreciate the love. We need it.
That's super
Keep
dope.
sending it. It's still my birthday.
Keep sending it. It's still my birthday. As long as it's Leo season. The Jeezy thing was super dope, man. Had so much fun, bro. Like, it was just nostalgic. The song was banging. The symphony orchestra was so fire. Like, every rapper should do their shows with a symphony orchestra.
That's what Nas did at Ravinia. That's what I'm saying. It's a dope feel. Hip hop growing up, adult hip hop is live.
Yeah, man.
It's really live.
Remember when Hov did the Unplugged? He was on TV, like MTV or something, but that was raw too.
Yeah, but I always wonder, I guess, what does hip hop look like as it matures?
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, you know, we don't allow musicians to mature or not.
And they should be able to.
They should be able to.
You should be able to grow.
And you think with the lyrics, like, how does that translate or how does that resonate? But like you said, the Jeezy, everybody wearing tuxes and ball gowns, and he talking about bricks, and it's still a fly experience.
It was beautiful, dog.
Right? I felt the same way with Nas.
Yeah.
And everybody wasn't wearing tuxes, but Ravinia, just by the nature of
Ravinia, that's a part,
is upscale.
But it's
it's an adult feel.
It's definitely grown.
Right.
As soon as you walk in Ravinia, you
know
feel
you want
older.
some adult shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he was wearing the tux, had the symphony behind him. It was a vibe, G, and I really fuck with how the older artists, matter of fact, older hip hop artists right now are dominating hip hop, but I love the fact how they're owning the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a real interesting dynamic.
Gotta love it. Shout out to Jeezy. Shout out to Chicago. Jeezy came through and did his thing in Chicago. You give us good energy, we gonna multiply that shit times 1,000, and that's what the city did, man. So shout out to the city for that. Chris Brown is on tour as well, and apparently his tickets are like $1,000. Hard stop.
Salute to Breezy. Salute to Breezy.
Hard stop.
If you get it. You know what I mean? I saw I saw some kind of promotional thing they did where they was looking for like a single mom and a daughter in the crowd.
Okay.
And they just approached her and they was like, man, like, you know, a little quiz type of deal. She answered all the questions to the quiz. The little girl, they gave her like $10,000, gave her mom a car. I thought that was like a dope marketing tool. You know what I mean? So.
No, that's really cool.
It was kind of fly.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. If you can afford Breezy tickets, shout out to you.
But in the vein of hip hop maturing, right? BET has discontinued the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards.
That's unfortunate.
How you feel about that?
I don't feel good about it, and it's multifaceted, right? So I don't want to just lay this at the feet of BET or whoever owns it now. They keep flipping it around, and I'm almost certain it's not black owned again.
That's Viacom.
Okay. I don't feel good about it. I don't only want to blame them, though. I want to blame the culture of black music, too, or black elitism, if you will, right? When the last time you seen Beyonce at the fucking Soul Train Awards or the BET Awards? You won't see that shit, right? Now, here you are, one of the biggest stars in the world. You from Houston. You came up through black girls and black women mostly, but the black guys fuck with you. The agency fucks with you. Like
the agency fucks with you.
Fucks with you, okay?
Jesus.
I was downtown when she was at Soldier Field.
Me
I saw
too.
so many niggas in
The
Daisy
agency
Dukes
was out.
and cowboy boots. It was insane. The agency definitely fucks with the Beehive. They like a thing. They like a thing.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
They co-workers.
she don't fuck with us back. Other than to have $1,000 tickets at Soldier Field.
The agency or black people?
Knock it the fuck off, too. Knock it off.
I just got confused for a second. I don't know.
Off.
I just,
Hey.
I asked the hard-hitting questions.
Knock it off, Mr. Ray J. But nah, like I feel like those type of artists, the Beyonce, the Jay-Z's of the world, y'all should come to these things. Y'all go to the fucking Grammys. Why don't you come to the Soul Train Awards? Right? You go to the Grammys, then you get pissed. Jay-Z went on stage and got pissed. They ain't gave Beyonce a Grammy. She should have been had this, been had that. Why you ain't at the fucking Soul Train Awards?
Twofold though, right?
Why is that not good enough for you? Why are you so pissed about not getting the Grammy, but you don't even give a fuck to show up about getting the Black Award?
Well, it's twofold, right? You start to ask yourself, what's the interest of the people involved, right? You win a Grammy, your prices go up 2-3 times, 100-fold type of deal.
How much more can fucking Beyonce tickets go up?
Yeah, I hear the conversation, right?
But they're not going to be diminished because she came to Soul Train.
Yeah, I hear the conversation, but in a lot of ways it is diminished because she came to Soul Train. Not saying I agree with that, right? But there's a conversation that I've said this to you before, that black people are contagion of wealth. Right, so when you start thinking about BET, even though it's not even black owned, right? That's the shit that bothers me.
But it's black facing.
It's black facing.
Black associated.
Right, it's black facing. But there's a duality here, and why I got problems with the whole thing. Right, one of them is that it's black facing, not black owned. And when you're black facing, maybe you don't know how to communicate to black people. Right, we just had a whole conversation about Jeezy showing up with a suit and the orchestra and how fly that shit was. Or Nas showing up with an orchestra and how fly that shit was. But when we do hip hop, anything, just, I don't know what award show it was, but Castanet was doing something and didn't know who Wale was. Those are different worlds, right? So they infuse hip hop with youth, or hip hop with, it ain't the same thing, right? So how you gonna have this guy, and not taking nothing from him, in his world, he's him. The Twitch, but I don't know anything about that world, and that world is not cohesive or sharing space with hip hop. They just both on the internet. It's not the same shit.
It's Damon Williams and what's the sister name? I ain't even trying to play with it right now.
Just Hilarious.
Just Hilarious.
Yeah, it's not the same shit. You know what I mean? So, but when you black facing, you just say, "Are they black?" Lump all that shit together, and it's not cohesive no more, right? One of the best things about the Hip Hop Awards was the ciphers. Well, look how even rap itself works today. You get the young boys in there, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, they're like black-facing media firms. Because they're not entrenched in the art form anymore, too tough. Right? You got the three who are, and then the rest of them, we just selling you social media. Right? So in that vein, it makes sense to have Casanat talk about those cats. But when you get back to the element of this art form and this craft, them ain't the same fucking worlds. Go do a streamer award and go be a streamer musician. But then you'd have to cut the genres in half. You know what I mean? And again, you get away with black facing because we can lump everything black into this thing, but then it has no continuity, right? But as far as the thing you said about B and J not being at the space, and I'm not with it, I fully grasp it and agree with you. But black folks are a contagion of wealth. So there is no esteem to winning the Soul Train Award. There is no esteem for the larger narrative of what capitalists or elitists or American wealth systems do. And the only value to winning the goddamn Grammy is because now I can charge you new money.
So I fuck with that. Like, in the sense that I agree with you in terms of right or wrong. Or correct or incorrect. I won't even say right or wrong. Correct or incorrect. But then I look at a person like Snoop. I ain't finna say in case for Snoop. I don't know him personally like that, right? But I have seen him masterfully straddle the line in a way that nobody else, in my opinion, has even chosen to try. This motherfucker is on every commercial. He sells every motherfucking thing, right? He was on fucking trial for murder. You know what I'm saying? On trial for murder. And now he sells everything from Martha Stewart pans and pots to weed publicly. You know what I'm saying? while also maintaining his status as a fucking gang member. Now, he's not out here like that, but he's never said I'm not a Crip. He's always said I'm a Crip. And he keeps his connection to the people. So you see him on shows like Drink Champs. Every episode of Drink Champs, Nori quotes Snoop as saying, when they get time to play Quick Time with Slam, he quotes Snoop and say, hey, not even that. When they give people their flowers. When they give people their flowers, he like, Snoop said it's better than winning the Grammy because it comes from your people. Mm-hmm. You can do both, my nigga. Snoop ain't missed nan meal. Snoop then sent 43 or 48 young black boys to the NFL that played in his football league that he started up. Mm-hmm. You can do both. He also did what he did about shit.
But I don't want to get off topic. Let's stay where you are real quick.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how you bringing this forward. Maybe a week or two ago, I got into a conversation with my sister-in-law about Marc Lamont Hill and Dr. Umar, right? Also, this stemmed from Umar's public outcry a couple weeks ago. He was begging for money, right? Mm-hmm. It started there, but a week before that, I went to see Dr. Umar here in Chicago, and I was so disappointed in the goddamn conversation. And I only went because Bella wanted to go, right? Bella has become a fast fan. I remember you
say he's turned into an entertainer.
Yeah, Bella's became a fast fan of Dr. Umar, so he was here. So, just because of the way he comes, I can introduce it to him. It's something, I can get her in that space.
Are you about to do the dichotomy between when you took Eric to see him?
Huh? No, I'm not.
You should.
It's very different things, though, right? But I took Bella to see him, and it was like a stand-up comedy show, and I was embarrassed. You know what I mean? And then a week later, he comes out begging for money, right? So me and my sister-in-law just having a conversation. I said, man, I'm going to get on the pod, and I can't wait to talk about this nigga begging for money. But only because I was mad about the comedy show that he had put on the week before. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gave a shit, right? But I was like, this shit is getting to be, like, satirical. You know what I mean? It's a characterization of the man you once were.
Like everything else in black culture.
But we get into a conversation at my sister-in-law's house, and she was like, yeah, man, I can't stand him. I wish Marc Lamont Hill that. And she was like, Marc Lamont Hill is way better than him. Marc Lamont Hill this, that, and third. And I like Marc Lamont Hill too. But I said, Carl, don't confuse yourself. Dr. Umar's way more influential than Marc Lamont Hill. Mm-hmm. And she said, no, he's not. And I said, are you crazy? Dr. Umar's way more influential than Dr. Marc Lamont Hill. And I respect both men. Don't get it fucked up. But as far as like visibility and notoriety, Umar's big. He's a big name, right? So I did a very simple task. I said, so there's Instagram followers. Yeah. And Umar's million something. Lamont Hill's like 500,000 or something. A very big difference, right? She was like, well, that's social media. You don't know. That don't mean shit. But it took us to a different conversation. And it took us to a different conversation that in a lot of ways points out the differences that are between me and my sister-in-law. And she was like, man, Marc Lamont Hill can get into certain rooms Umar can't get into. Marc Lamont Hill's going to get recognized in certain organizations and by certain people Umar's never going to get acknowledged by, right? And it's the same thing as the Jay-Z and Snoop conversation in my mind, right? And I kept saying, man, you moving the goalposts. We talking about influence, not value, influence, right? But then if you pull the layers back, it depends on how you view influence.
And it depends on how you view value.
Right, but it also depends on how you view influence, right? Because here's what she said, right? And I agree with her in this sense. Like, Marc Lamont Hill's going to go in the rooms where he can be around and command a lot of money. Umar been begging for $2 million to open the school for 20 years. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the level of status and the claim of notoriety you have, $2 million.
He's run through $2 million probably 10 times.
Yeah, that ain't shit, right? And maybe you just a grifter in the comment, I don't know. But either way, you shouldn't be begging for $2 million for 10 years with the level of visibility you have. Marc Lamont Hill could have got to that same $2 million in a quarter of the time because of the access to the people he's got. And she was like, that just proves his influence over Umar's influence. And I said, no, I don't agree with that, right? But it's a matter of how we see influence. Yeah. One, perspective based, right? And the other part of that perspective too, Marc Lamont Hill is in certain and specific rooms that Umar can never get into. But they also blackballed Dr. Marc Lamont Hill when he started talking about Palestine and Israel. They cut his ass off TV for a long time.
Cut his water off.
And it was niggas that came back and saved him. They can't do that to Umar. They can't cut his water off.
Because he's not attached to them.
Because he's not attached to them. So it's all perspective based. Yeah, he ain't got the money he got, but they can't never cut his water off. Back to Snoop and Jay. Snoop is Umar. Jay is Lamont Hill.
Yeah.
You understand?
But
How does not to say the Snoop ain't the biggest star, but in terms of like valuations,
mm-hmm.
how do we see Jay? How do we see Snoop?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
One seems touchable, and the other one seems
elitist
in another world.
And there's a whole bunch of us who value that elitist shit.
Snoop performing the Super Bowl. He doesn't do that without Jay being.
He don't do it without Jay
being the NFL pupper.
That's true too.
You know what I mean?
That's true too.
It's interesting, man. I just think that again, like we say, being black, political declaration. Shout out to Dr. Shaban Battle. Booby, what up?
Booby, what up?
If being black is a political declaration, then I don't think you should be able to eat off of it without making said declaration. And if your actions say, I ain't making that declaration, but your bank account say, all you black people come give me $1,000 when I come from the Soldier Field, or my wife come to Soldier Field, or whatever. You know what I mean?
But here's another part of that conversation I had with my sister-in-law. Because she kept calling Dr. Umar a grifter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, he's a grifter. Basically, he's just out here begging for money.
Mm-hmm.
And after we got to like 5 grifters, I said,
Five grifters?
I said, well, ain't everybody?
That's a gang according to Trump, by the way, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, but ain't everybody a grifter? You have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no money here to be made. Right? You have to leverage your blackness as a vestige to get to other money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I.e. BT even being black faces. Here we are asking for black participation in some shit that at its core ain't even black.
Yeah.
You understand? And,
yeah.
And when you put back the layers on most things, that's most fucking things.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's some wild shit to think about when you think about it.
100%. That's why most people don't think about it. It's not comfortable. It's an uncomfortable thought, man. Nobody likes the intellectual part of this thuggery that we bring on this show. But it is what it is, and it's real. So before we move, what then becomes of black art in terms of accolades or celebrations?
What has always become of black art? I told somebody today, man, in 100 years, motherfuckers gonna think jazz is a white genre.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna think blues is a white genre.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's what always becomes of it. We always create something anew, but we only create something anew because we're chasing capital. Mm-hmm. One, we're the creators, but we're also chasing capital because the old we can't stand on. Right? Even in the context of the conversation we have around hip hop, there's a resurgence of the Jeezys, there's a resurgence of the Nas's, there's a resurgence of the real skilled wordsmiths. Right? But for the last 15 years, we've had a crop of MCs that I would never even quantify as MCs. They're not even in the same genre.
It's a different thing.
But that rappity rap shit wasn't selling.
It's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
Now, I think to me, like, that still creates a conversation around value and capital, right? And they aren't the same thing.
I agree.
But you take something like You take something like Versus that Timbo and Swiss built during the pandemic. Phenomenal thing. Had everybody in the chokehold. They built it up. White money came calling. Said, we'll give y'all whatever the number was. I heard everything from 200 million to $1 billion. I don't know what the fucking number was. But they said, cool, bust it down. Y'all got it. Gave us a Triller, I think. And what's interesting about that is when we reference the fact that older hip hop is coming back, it really started with Versus. It really exposed younger generations to, you niggas didn't really know who Jadakiss was until he bit fucking Dipset head off damn near by itself. No diss to Styles or Chic, because then they cold. But Kiss was just on one that night. Now the Lox has been on tour ever since. Kiss got 2 podcasts. The Lox on one, and then he on the other one with your mans. That's not your mans. I'm fucking with you there. You hate Fat Joe. But point is, Kiss is on fire. He done been able to grow different businesses, get his pops out here with the coffee business and everything else. Kiss was relatively dormant I'm a big Kiss fan, so I knew he was outside. But relative to the masses, dormant before something like Versus came along. Now that's value to me, but it's capital to the creators, being Swiss and Timbo. They're like, that's cool that we can bring all this notoriety back to all these people, and that there's value culturally in that. But they call it with the bag.
So I'm gonna push back though.
I know you are.
Right. I can see what you're saying in regards to Versus, but I want you to think about other shit you said to me. Right. I know you have a relationship with my son and y'all talking shit, right? And you be like, man, y'all getting arguments all the time about the best hoopers or the best MCs or the best da-da-da. And in his mind, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Shit, to him, I'm
you dumb as shit.
Hard,
get your dumb ass out of here, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, get your dumb ass out of here, right? But that's also a reference point to us not having an ingrained or rooted identity. Yeah. Even the young folks don't listen to what the fuck we got to say. Hence, we say rapidy rap is out of style because the young folks ain't fucking with it. So now we chasing what the youth is doing.
Yeah.
Fuck them. They fall in line with what we do. But because we don't have power and because the next new thing that's able to make some goddamn money becomes what echoes as our power, we following they dumb ass.
So how do we marry those things, right?
We stop following the child.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that simple. It's part of it. I don't think it's that simple. You look at white culture. Yeah, I agree with that, and people want to be their kids' friends and all that. But I think it's something else also. You look at white culture, right? And the fucking Rolling Stones are always hailed as up here, right? And they also make bags to this day as though they're up here, right? Now, it's younger white bands out here that's getting to shit too, but it's never been to the detriment of the older bands. I don't know all the fucking older bands.
Well, a few things, right?
Kiss, whoever the fuck. His basic, Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Beatles. I don't fucking.
His basic math though, and that's why I don't like that. It's a false comparison to me, right? One, they're 70% of the American population. That's one.
So it's more to brand.
It's so much more landscape, right? Not only are they 70% of the goddamn population, they're probably 98% of the business factions. You understand what I'm saying? So think about an indie rap record label.
Yeah.
Then think about an indie rock record label.
Sure.
Those ain't the same kind of record labels.
And it don't even have to be.
What I'm saying
because the majors are theirs.
Right. Goddamn it, Sony is an indie. You understand what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, G. Right? Why is Eminem? Because if he's halfway good, if he's just okay, nigga, we get 2% of the population, we outsell every nigga that ever sold.
We win.
If it ain't for white folks, niggas don't sell records because niggas don't have capital. So when you have all of the access points, you don't have to, what's the word we say? Capitulate. Right? But when you don't have none of the access points, you tap dance like a motherfucker.
But what if you just change the value? For a little while.
For who?
For what I said earlier about the Messiah. How are the children? We make every fucking decision based on us. What's good right now? What would be good for us to flip this whole fucking market on its goddamn head?
But
you cannot come buy my shit because it's cold. I know it's cold. You know how I know it's cold? Because I fucking did it. So no, don't come throw me your minimum. Nobody ever invested in shit because they thought it wasn't going to grow. It wasn't going to be worth more later, right? So when Triller come and they say, hey, Swiss, Timbo, we got X amount of dollars for you. And y'all like, shit, ain't nobody never cut me a check like that. But Triller know, nigga, we finna get a 10 times bigger check on the back end. But you broke niggas need it now. But do I really need it now?
But
do I really need it now? Or can I say, well, how are the children?
That's kind of
how would this look later?
But look,
if I chose to defer this to really get some real access, a real strong foot holding in the game.
I stand with you in solidarity from a morality standpoint. I do, right? But from that, if I even use my own lens of morality, right? Is Swiss or Jay or any of those people wrong when they say, hey man, I want to create generational wealth for mine, and this is what it looks like per my perspective. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, in that vein, they fighting the same fight we fight.
But you hate Jay for that.
I do. Because I think they have a misunderstanding of value, like you said, but in their mind, it is the pinnacle of value.
So if you do that, though, you then you ensure, in fact, that your children are going to be beholden to the same system. They're going to have to tap dance, too. They're going to have to be those black placeholders or culture movers, too.
Yeah,
as opposed to saying, hey, we the first motherfuckers through the door. Because be clear, y'all are the first motherfuckers through the door. It wasn't KRS-One and Rakim and them. They opened up a thing for y'all. Y'all were the first through the door. The Hoves, the Diddies, the Babies, you know what I mean? Master P. Y'all were the first through the door. So what happened when y'all get in the door? Y'all trying to find a room to kick y'all feet up? Or y'all trying to
so here's the difference
flip all this shit over
here's the difference between
and bring it back to the crib?
Here's the difference between my argument and your argument, though, right? And your argument in a lot of ways to me is Jay's argument.
You just became the motherfucking doorman.
Yeah, but see, the real freedom looks like it ain't no door.
Yes. But that's how you get to the point where there's no door. We don't have to come in this motherfucker.
Or you get to the point where there's no door when you just start with believing that there's no door. Because when you believe that there's no door, there's no expectation of capital at all. I do this because I love this art form.
Right.
Whatever happens from here is secondary because I love this art form.
But two, even the art part of it is dying. You don't get a check for winning the BET Award. You get the fucking BET Award.
Right.
And even that is dying.
But that's also a door, right? It's a validation door. What I'm saying, that award wouldn't exist. No award would exist if you were just operating on the purity of the art, right? And that's, hear me, this is the real shit. I had this conversation this weekend. This is how warped this shit is, right? It ain't too much thing in life that's perfect.
No.
Right? But the design of this universe is motherfucking perfection. It's mathematically perfect.
It is.
You cannot deny it.
It is.
To the T. To the point zero.
But we doing our very best to even fuck that up.
But no, we've been fucked it up. But hear what I'm saying. It's perfect. It provides you with everything you need to survive. Everything for free, for just being. Right?
Yeah.
We deny all that to chase what the colonizer told us is value.
Yes.
So, think about this.
Yes.
So that's what I mean when you say get in the door. Like our whole aspiration is to have all the things that are already provided us.
Agreed.
Right? So the very essence of the concept is insanity.
You know who I think the problem is? Black women.
You stand alone in that thought, because I love black women.
I just wanted to fuck with Erica. No, I really just wanted to change the topic, because we need to move on.
We do. Let's talk about black women.
Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson.
Uncle Charlie.
That was my weakest transition ever. But I just wanted to fuck with you. Charlie Wilson.
Hey, man, it's hot as hell in here, man.
Nigga, it's been 6,000 degrees because we're fucking up the earth, like I just told you.
I'm melting in this bitch.
You also have on a long sleeve dress button up.
Well, I came from begging the white man.
You came from banging a white man?
Though, see, you and your gay just thought.
What'd you just say?
Begging.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ray J.
Okay, gay just see.
All right. So, shout out to P turning the lights down. We're gonna start. Hey, until further notice, this show is gonna be dark. It's hot. These lights hot as shit. Charlie Wilson. I don't really know what's going on with him. You and E was telling me about this shit earlier, but what's happening?
E's going to intro this segment.
E's your mic up.
We can dookie on black women after she finishes.
That's not what we're about to do. That's not what we're about to do.
I was joking.
Basically, it was an interesting conversation. So there's a clip circulating, which we will insert, but I'll go ahead and play it. And pretty much, Charlie Wilson, who's married to a Persian woman, was having a conversation on, I think it's Hollywood Unlocked podcast. And he referenced, he was talking about how his.
I ain't gonna lie, we might not insert this. This is an overnight turnaround show.
Okay, he was talking about how his wife pretty much runs everything. I'll play it.
Mrs. Wilson, did she don't play it. People come with songs, she's like, my husband ain't singing that. Wait, so she the wife, that might be an exclusive. The wife is approving them. She's reviewing. Oh yeah, she's approving the songs that I'm singing because she's in with. I say we don't go anywhere without each other.
Right.
So if I'm in the studio, she's in there, And when I go in there, go in the control room and sit down, she was like, "You ain't saying like." You need to get back out there and sing the goddamn record.
She does not talk like that.
Oh, she's Persian. She turned black on your ass in New York City.
So she's a part of the creative process.
Okay, so I'll stop it there. So basically, he's referencing how strict she is in the studio, and he says she's Persian, but she turns to a black woman, in a split second. And there was various comments. Which is why I brought the topic up. Some women were mad and upset, why black women always got to be brought into it. So because she's being sassy, or because she's being, not difficult, but I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say, or that they were
A black woman. No.
aggressive, pushing back, telling them what to do. Now she's
All
referenced
those
as black.
kind of black-esque traits.
Y'all gotta stop, man. And I gotta stop playing with y'all. Pause.
So yeah, so that's the story.
2?
All right. Well, black women again.
So let me, before you go on your diatribe or whatever, you got this Persian woman who he's saying held him accountable to a level that elevated him.
Mm-hmm.
But he said when she would do that,
She did a very domineering.
she did that in a way that he described as turning black,
Yeah.
turning into a black woman.
Yeah.
Um,
Even before you go on your apology tour, because that's what you're going to do. I know how you move.
I don't apologize for shit. I ain't do nothing.
So listen,
I'm the last nigga to apologize if I ain't do it.
I'm going to ask the room another question.
Yeah.
Do we think black women hold their hat on them same stereotypes when it benefits them? Hey, look at you. You just going to start off with a lie. Come on now, hey. Stop.
Do we?
Yes.
We call your ass momager every goddamn show.
Because I'm a mom. I'm a mother.
If you don't stop that bullshit.
I'm a mother.
Don't leave out the jerk.
If you don't stop that bullshit.
I am a mother.
I didn't know you was going to. I didn't know you was going to go
That
back
was
to
the end of the statement.
No.
Why do we call you momager?
I thought y'all call me momager because I take care of business and I'm a mom. And I treat y'all like my kids.
So
That's the part we were waiting on, motherfucker.
See,
She got to that late.
See, and it's a moniker that you take pride in. You're fine with that moniker,
I'm
right?
fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So in the same vein that Charlie Wilson is saying, she becomes domineering, it's the same thing that most black women, when it favors them, they hang their hat on.
I don't agree with that.
I know you wouldn't, because it makes
agree
sense.
with that. No, I don't agree with the fact that we hang our hat on it. I think we maybe accept it at a point. So for instance, especially as a mom, as a single mom, there's things that we, we're looked at a certain way, or we have certain characteristics about ourselves because we're just used to handling business and taking care of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's looked at as a negative sometimes, but after a while, at least, speaking for myself and speaking for the people in my circle, we like, well, all right then, if I don't do it, nobody's gonna do it. So I'm not gonna, pretend and act and be all like, shy about it if otherwise it won't get done. So I don't know that we hang our hat on it. I think we just accept it and
I've never in my life heard the term strong Asian woman. I've never in my life heard the term
I am not a strong
Palestinian woman.
I am not. She does it all. I don't want to do that.
All right, but let's not make it personal. Let's deal with the social monikers. I've never heard the term strong Kuwaiti woman. That shit don't even go together. You understand? But I've heard black women say, I'm a strong black woman. And look, wait, don't fight back yet. I gave you runway. Right? So, and again, right, I'm not even knocking it. I'm just saying how the shit plays. Right? There's rules when you want rules, and then there's other rules when you don't want rules. That's the bullshit. The reason why this was even intriguing to me, because I don't give a fuck about Charlie Wilson's Persian-ass wife. Fuck Charlie Wilson's Persian-ass wife. I don't care, right? But what I do care about is how these ideas live in our heads and how we leverage them. There was a moment in time a couple months ago when we had this whole goddamn conversation about the black women dressing up the white men to look like black men.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the only motherfucker that stood on my side of the fence. Mm-hmm. Right? I was like, that's a fetish. What Charlie Wilson is doing, in a sense, is fetishizing his wife.
So you going to E? I don't know. I got to push back because this is my thing with E. We did this show for quite some time, and E's been with us now for quite some time. But E'll tell you, shit, you know. But E'll tell you, I was trying to get E for like 2 years before she was like, all right, I guess I'll fuck with you niggas. You know what I mean? Like, because I think there's immense value in a black woman who I know is a producer. And I don't mean in like the title of being a producer of the show, but like produces outcomes, takes things from concept to production. Somebody who can find the nuts and bolts of a shit and take a fucking idea and bring it to the physical. I know her to be that person. And so I was like, man, we fucking need E, bro. Like, and then I don't think you can desire somebody like that into what you're trying to build and then like lament their style of doing so. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go fucking eat. And trust me, I lament her style of doing so. Like, but it's to me, it's like I gotta check myself. Like, no, this is what the fuck needs to happen. Because I'm not gonna fucking do it. You not gonna fucking do it. P not gonna fucking, like, E brings the shit that, like, do this shit. We got a fucking piece of furniture in here that would have been half built for 17 years in here. But for E, that type of shit. It just is what it is.
So, but I think we're making different arguments, though, right? And I think in a way, Charlie Wilson is doing the same thing. In a way, he's acknowledging and bigging up the black woman through the lens of, man, she gets my shit together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she gets my shit together in this way, like most black women do, right? Now, if a black man came out and said, why the fuck is he bringing black women into this? It's a different conversation. But that's not what happened, right? It's perspective based, right? And the perspective is there was black women saying, "Hey man, why he got to say?" Because when he attributes these kind of personality traits to this Persian woman, it's deemed in a negative light. That's why I asked the question I asked to E. You whole community of women hang their hat on this behavior. Mm-hmm. Why is it negative when he hangs that hat on this behavior that his woman is showing?
I think the thing is, and I took it when I listened to the video myself, I didn't really take offense to it. And I think I read one of the comments to you all earlier, and that's what one of the one that stood out to me the most, where she was saying, I get why y'all upset, but what he's saying is he's actually giving, kudos to black women. He's saying, like, she don't play that shit, she getting this together. That is pretty much like how I took it. But some people are taking it as because he's not married to a black woman, you're trying to put the blackness onto this, non-black person, sort of a thing, if that makes sense. Like, y'all want everything but black. You want everything in the form
like
of black.
Goddamn white boy wearing black man's outfit, huh? Like, I want a nigga in dress, but not a nigga in real life. What?
I guess, yeah, it's the same comparison, and I guess that's what they were saying in the comments. But I didn't really take offense to it. I could take offense to it just by listening to everybody else in the comments and take offense to it, but the way that it came across was kind of like...
what's interesting to me real quick? What's interesting to me is that our culture, in a lot of ways, how we engage and communicate is still kind of undiscovered. People fetishize us as we fetishize ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Very few people get to understand the reality of the depth of our relationships.
Yeah.
Right? And I think as we get more and more disconnected, as the internet becomes the internet and phones become the phones, our children start to mimic the same behaviors as the larger communities and larger societies.
Sure.
Right? So I saw something, you just brought up Martin. Mm-hmm. What's the girl's name? The singer Ari came out and said she don't like the way Martin used to talk about Pam on a TV show, and he was doing that because she was dark skinned. Now I came out a bunch of times saying I don't like Martin. I didn't like the show.
Right.
Now I don't like Martin.
Right.
I never liked the Martin show. I know we heralded it in a lot of ways.
Cool.
But I know that relationship between Martin and Pam is a common relationship between men and their girl's girlfriend. And it's not even one in the negative. It's
love.
Really a sign of love.
Yeah, it is that.
Right? But because you don't really know us.
Your friend that I don't like, I don't talk to her.
We don't talk to them at all.
I damn sure don't joke with her.
Damn sure ain't joking with her.
You know what I'm saying?
Right? But that's because...
I keep it cordial. I speak and I go back in the room when she's over.
Keeping it pushing. The one I'm talking about and signifying
That's when I come to the table with and hang out with.
That's the homie.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But largely, our whole identity is fetishized, and the reality of us is now under the microscope because we're even fetishizing ourselves.
No, I feel you. And we're gonna wrap up, but like, I'm not even trying to say like all the way this way. Like I was saying what I was saying about E, because that's the truth, and I believe that. And I use a piece of furniture because I was looking at it. But she brings a lot to the shit. But on the other side, I don't think a lot of times black women value like the vision that the black man be having. Our shit be a big thing, and we might not have the little things to make it complete. Like, oh, hey, we gonna do this, and they're like, okay, well, cool. Well, nigga, you know, if you're gonna do that, you have to boom, 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 and that's where the collaboration, the relationship works so fucking well if it's healthy. I feel your point. I feel E's point. The point I was making, that there's probably some duality. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, right? I can go on about my own personal experiences, but I won't. I'm just saying the truth is in the middle. Black men tend to have this big picture idea. Black women tend to have the ability to bring that together with the nuts and the bolts, the dotting the I's, the crossing the T's.
We see far, they see wide.
Right, exactly. And I think that's what it is. And I think if we can understand that, we'd be better off for it as a collective and as individuals. I just think that takes some growth and some maturity.
On the black woman's part. I agree.
On the black woman's part. On both parts. I was literally having that conversation with my wife. I'll get into that another time. With my ex-wife, I was having that another time about when we were married and how we could have done better with that. But we'll get into that another time. We got to slide, man. We didn't get to touch on Trump. We'll get into that later because he'll still be a dickhead in a week. But we got to go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to this episode of Herb and Two. Y'all pray for Two. He is now an empty nester. Send him Kleenex or something.
Food.
He'll be crying, right? He don't know how to eat. He need Kleenex to cry. Like it's
horrible, these streets.
It's rough on the man. Like he only got like Jules bags for trash.
Oh, most definitely.
Like,
definitely. I'm efficient.
He needs some help. We gotta go, man. Shout out to people doing all the hard work behind the camera. Shout out to E4O for being E4O. Hopefully we'll see her back here soon, but she may be crying in Louisiana for a little while. For Two, I'm Herb. Y'all be good.
Salute to Nyla, man. Shout out to LSU. That's a big ass deal, man. We proud of you, man.
Very, very proud of you, girl. I tried to steal 18 of these. He said no, nigga. We gotta go. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.